It ruins people.
You're hearing the voice
It ruins families.
of a veteran undercover cop.
It ruins lives.
A voice of frustration so significant he's compelled to speak out.
Hundreds and hundreds of people in the city and county of Denver have died.
In silhouette, his voice digitized to protect his undercover identity, he's reacting to new data uncovered by Denver 7, reacting to what we found in the courts, and reacting to what our hidden cameras found at one of Denver's most iconic locations.
It's ruining our city. It's ruining our state.
The sounds and beauty of Union Station contrasted by what our hidden cameras recorded. Experts tell us those images, aluminum foil, flames, inhaling through a tube, most often that's how fentanyl users ingest the drug. Make no mistake, it didn't take long for us to capture this video. It's right out in the open, virtually every single day.
I've seen entire families completely torn apart.
It's definitely, Tony, the worst day of my life.
In one day, Matt Riviere lost his 2 sons to fentanyl.
At 2 a.m., I got a bang on my door. She had told me that both the boys had just passed away.
Andrew was 21. Stephen was 19. 2 decisions, 2 pills, 1 tragic ending.
Yeah, that it was fentanyl, that it was a counterfeit drug, that they thought they were doing hydrocodone or oxycodone.
When you see our data analysis, how do you react?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that that many people are being able to escape the system and not be held accountable.
He's reacting to these numbers, data gathered by Denver 7 using the state's open records law.
It's awful. This is broken. It's not just about me. I lost both my boys, and I have to live with that pain and that suffering.
The data shows in all of last year in Denver alone, 1,298 arrests for serious drug offenses like selling fentanyl. Nearly 70% of those accused drug dealers went to court, and judges let them get out of jail free, issuing a personal recognizance or PR bond, allowing them to walk out of the courtroom without any monetary guarantee, nothing more than a promise to return to court.
Mr. Gonzalez-Pena has failed to appear.
Undercover cops in Denver arrested Martin Gonzalez-Pena on multiple serious drug dealing charges, including significant amounts of fentanyl and heroin. He didn't show up in court after getting a PR bond.
Failed to appear.
Our data dig discovered Gonzalez-Pena was not the only accused drug dealer who failed to appear in court last year. Take a look. In Denver alone, 45% of all accused serious drug offenders failed to appear after a judge granted a PR bond.
Failed to appear.
After they promised to return to face their charges.
Mr. Fernandez was ordered to appear for a second advisement at 9 a.m. this morning in courtroom 2300. It's now 11:03 a.m. Mr. Fernandez has failed to appear.
Records show that accused drug dealer was arrested by undercover Denver police with a loaded firearm, wanted on warrants, and he was carrying 20,000 fentanyl pills. A judge forced him to pay only $1,000 in bond money. And yes, he also failed to appear.
Mr. Fernandez has failed to appear.
We had the opportunity to take one of the highest level dealers in the city of Denver and keep them locked up so that they can't sell fentanyl, so more people don't die.
This undercover cop risked his life to help make that arrest.
They didn't even put an ankle monitor on this guy. I'm sure he's out there right now selling fentanyl. They failed to do their jobs.
Ultimately, it's the ugly side of a beautiful city.
Failed to appear.
And it's something city and state leaders have to confront. Is this acceptable? The answers are crystal clear to many.
Because for God's sake, somebody has to do something now. People have to say enough is enough. We're not going to allow judges and politicians to do this to us anymore.
So Stephen is on the left and Andrew's on the right.
The answers for a dad who lives daily with the pain of what might have been are filled with both frustration and anger.
We're letting these murderers, in many cases, go. It's absolutely wrong. Yeah, these are some of my favorite photos of them being older, for sure.
Matt Riviere doesn't know who sold his boys the fentanyl, but he says he will fight with every ounce of his being to keep them off the streets if they are ever arrested. No other parent, he says, should have to live through this hell.
I have a picture of the boys by a lamp that I turn on every morning. And I sometimes literally shake my head and I look at that picture like, this can't be true.
And that painful reality is why Matt labels his son's unknown drug dealers as murderers. We wanted to share the numbers and the data we uncovered with Denver District Attorney Beth McCann. We were told she is out of the office and unavailable. We do plan on following up with that request. And one final point for you. Both Governor Polis and Attorney General Weiser have recently called on lawmakers to revisit the issues and penalties surrounding fentanyl. I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski.